Okay, part two. So I ended the first video with the adoption ceremony where you can receive Indian blood through the adoption ceremony later on in life, if the tribal members choose to allow you into their circle. Um, the next thing I jotted down through this lecture, which I kind of knew anyway, was that some Indians with a lot of blood may have their memberships revoked if they do not contribute to the community. Overall, participating in the tribe's culture events, etc., weddings, examples of weddings, powwows, or any other special ceremonies that members may allow outsiders to attend, and supporting the values and concerns of that tribe is the best thing an individual can do in order to gain at least respect and acceptance from tribal members, regardless if it's federal, state, or unrecognized tribes. At the end of the day, if that's all you're all about and you could care less about getting that tribal card and benefits, monetary benefits, like so many people out there are trying to get, and if all you care about is culture, connection to a community, honoring your ancestors, those without a voice, then that's all you really want anyway. And if you're accepted in the circle, then having that tribal card or a membership or whatever is not your only concern. You don't spend a half of a lifetime trying to get that. But yeah, some people, they're all about trying to get the benefits. And that's what makes it hard for the rest of us who really want connection and want to honor our ancestors and who we are. And back to the paternity test. If there are members in a particular tribe that you're connected to that can vouch for you and are willing to take a paternity test or whatever test that's acceptable, and there's a link, there's a connection, there's a close relation to the enrolled member, that definitely will be a consideration for your membership in that tribe. And then there was, if I didn't mention this in the last video, part one, if I did, I apologize, but the last speaker, and I don't have her name in front of me, she pretty much said that with the DNA and Indian blood and all that stuff, she frowned upon self-classification versus a community, meaning for those of us that weren't raised up in a tribal community, we were raised in the African American community, we should be who we are, meaning, and I'm trying to remember, I wrote it down, I'm sorry if I don't have it in front of me right now, but she pretty much was saying, be who you were. Don't be what you want to be or something like that. So if you're Indian, you're Indian. If you have the connection, you have the connection. Instead of trying to spend so much time trying to self-identify, you need to be committed and connected to the community, because indigenous populations were and are connected to the land. We're a land people. We are a people that travel together. We're not loners, apparently. But those who have kept ties to each other as a community, that's what she's talking about. It's more important as a community to stay in close connection and keep your community ties going, pretty much. But that's one thing I didn't particularly care for about her comment, because many of us, was not raised that way. We're in our adult years seeking this information, and not like we never knew that we had indigenous ancestry, because many of us was told that anyway from toddler years. The paper trail is what and that specific tribal identification. I'm telling you, here in the southeast of the U.S., specifically Virginia and North Carolina, there were so many different tribes intermingling with each other. There were tribes that had a handful of members that survived massacres that joined other tribes. And so you have people that have multi-tribal affiliation, and it's unfortunate that instead of saying, yeah, I got Indian blood in me, or yeah, we have Indian in our family, and a lot of it. No. Which tribe? Which clan? And again, there's so many of us that have so many other tribal lineages in our family. Of course, Cherokee is the umbrella for many people, because maybe that's what their ancestors told them. It was, and it is a big, nation. But as far as indigenous Americans in the Southeast, many of us are intertwined with other tribal members and tribes. So I was a little taken back by that. Because yes, other members of other tribes join other tribes to survive. They join other tribes to survive. They didn't just stay, well, we're going to stay, I'm going to just pick on Sapani. We're just going to stay Sapani. We're not going to join with the Tutelos. We're not going to join with the Tarascans. We're not going to join, it didn't happen that way. You have so many bands that moved away. Some stayed. Some joined other tribes to survive. And so just saying, know who you are or be who you were, well, okay, if that's the case, then you have some people that have 5, 6, 7 different relations and different tribes, those so-called tribes that were extinct, but yet they carry the blood. I don't know. I was a little taken back by that, but and at the end of the day, there weren't any solutions to this issue. It pretty much was a platform that just tell us how it is, how things are being done now. No solutions. And during the question and answer dialogue, there were a few people. There were 2 Cherokee freemen, obviously aggravated and upset about what's going on within their camp. And then there was a Wapahannock. Can't think of the name of that tribe that has state recognition, I think out in New Jersey, New York area. But I don't know. But anyway, that's all I have to say about my experience there. Great conversation, great lecture. They told it like it was. Just some information I wanted to share with you all about Indian blood and the trend with that. But leave your comments. Educate me if I said something wrong or if you want to add more to the conversation. But until next time, blessings. Bye-bye.